We went out for a late lunch and it is not a meeting. Surprised of myself. Eating is overrated.
There is, for anyone hoping to speak, the sign up sheet is on the podium.
Good evening and a happy new year. Welcome to our first regular school board meeting of the new year. We will begin with introductions. We'll start over here with Jeff.
Jeff Hanley.
Leanne Coots.
Molly Rogers, Becky Fless,
Tony Beat.
Linda Caputo.
Ella Crook, Megan Paulson, Janelle McKinnon. And administrative staff, please.
Katie Gould, superintendent.
Sarah Sims, principal at Gardner Regional Middle School.
Angela Hardy, Director of Curriculum.
Andrea Dish, Business Manager.
Terry McGuire, Director of Technology.
Sarah Bolduc-Ignasiak, Director of Special Services.
Chris Levine, principal at Laura E. Richards School.
Lauren Arnold, Principal at Gardner Area High School.
Cherie Poole, principal of Helen Thompson School.
Vicki Dugay, Principal at Riverview Community School.
Josh Bard, Director of Adult Education.
Perfect. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did anyone sign in for public comment? You did. Did anyone else? Thank you, Janelle. Have one person. Teresa Weichman. Did I say your name correctly?
You did.
My grandmother taught phonetics.
So yeah, I'm Teresa Wakeman. I'm a West Gardner resident. And yeah, I've been attending the meetings fairly regularly for a few years now, whether on the computer or in person. And it pains me and it sickens me to watch the way that the water interacts with each other. And I'm trying to find a solution to offer. It really does. I see no unity. I see no unity for a common good. All I see is people bickering amongst each other and picking on each other, being nasty to each other, being disrespectful to each other. And it sickens me. It absolutely sickens me. I'm a retired teacher of 30 years, 7 through 12. So as I was just reflecting upon the meetings that I've witnessed, and one of the main antagonistic points that I'm perceiving is Robert's rules. I think you use it as a weapon towards each other instead of a tool. So I'm here to just throw out some questions quickly, you know. Have we, as a unit, taken Robert's Rules training? Are we just throwing out words and phrases that we may have heard from each other, or do you really know how Robert's Rules works? I know this much about Robert's Rules. You know, have you done your research on your own about how it works to run a public meeting and be respectful towards each other? Because it doesn't look that way from where I stand. It makes me sick. I can't tell you enough and accentuate enough how it turns my stomach to see what's been going on here as a resident of West Gardner and MSAD11 and a retired teacher. So what I'm trying to throw out to you is to focus on a solution instead of your feelings towards each other, because if somebody like me sitting here and watching, it's real. What we see and what we feel coming from our representatives, it's awful to watch and painstaking. So I'm throwing out to you, come together, find a common goal. Maybe a nice place to start was everybody learn how to use Robert's Rules appropriately as a tool instead of a weapon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Seeing no other public comment, we will proceed. Review and approval of the agenda minutes. It's prioritization of items and alteration of the established agenda format sequence is needed. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Second. Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Thank you. All right. Approval of the agenda. A motion, please.
So moved. That's right.
Second. Second from Molly. Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? An approval of minutes of previous meetings, a regular board meeting from December 4th. Motion to approve, please. Motion. Thank you. Second from Molly. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Thank you so much. Okay. Recognitions and celebrations. As written. As written. All right. Correspondence. Also as written. Oh.
There is, I'm sorry, my goodness, there were a couple of revisions that I should have noted a little bit prior. There's a correspondence that may not be on your draft.
Okay.
Letter of retirement received from Dana McQuarrie, reading interventionist, Pittston Randolph Consolidated School and Riverview Community School, in addition to the others.
Oh, a lump in my throat about Patsy Adams. She's a staple.
Is there an effective date on either C or D?
End of the school year.
Okay, perfect. All right. Moving along, committee reports, Capital Area Technical Center.
I had beautifully written notes and they're safely on my dining room table. So this is what I remember. This is my second term on the school board, and before I was also on the CATSI board. And we talked about that in the future, the state would no longer be able to fund the entire cost. And that time has unfortunately come. So Gardner area schools have 19% of the slots. And so we will be assessed 19% of the deficit for the technology schools. That comes, according to the information that I remember, to about $135,000. So that's a change that is unfortunate, but is coming down the pike. And I think you may have attended a meeting today, so I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Yesterday, yes, there was a
Yesterday.
virtual meeting because this was an unexpected change, that there would be an expectation for us to contribute funds this year, even though Linda's right, that we knew that this would come at some point. There were many concerns brought to the conversation during that virtual meeting from other sending superintendents and business managers. And there have been a few different proposals set out and no decision has been made about what the exact amount of our contribution would be. But we're looking at a minimum of $33,000 as our contribution for next year. Andrea and I have built in a placeholder of funds to make sure that we're able to cover our contribution once a final decision has been made about that amount and has been approved by the group. I will give you an update and we will adjust our overall budget accordingly. But it is a significant change since for quite a few years, we have expected zero payment for
It's been a number of years. yes.
CATC. And it's important for you to know, we have 40 students who attend CATC currently
And room for more.
and room for more.
We have empty slots, but not all programs are open. Some of the programs are totally full. And so we may have students that would have liked to have been in that program, but because it's full, they're not attending.
I have asked the director of CATC to attend either a finance committee meeting or a board meeting. The challenge is that we're really running up against the wire. I mean, we are actively building our budget now, and we need time for you all to be able to ask questions. The group of superintendents that met with the director, including the superintendent in Augusta, asked tough questions like, has there been an audit of programs? Are we running programs under capacity? So they're asking tough questions. These are tough decisions to make. Everyone values the programs. And so please know that that's a piece I think that you all would appreciate the opportunity to hear directly from the director and ask the questions. And so I'll keep you posted about when that can happen.
And back to the empty slots, I'd like to know why they're not filled. And so I'm doing what I can. And Lauren has graciously agreed to let me go to the presentation for students at the high school at 7:30 in the morning. And
Is she bringing you coffee?
I don't know. And I get to be the helper and hand out the brochures, and I would just like to observe so that I have a firsthand experience to see what it's like and to see what the students are saying. I don't know that I'm gonna come away enlightened, but at least I can say I tried, I went. So, and again, on my paperwork safely at home on the dining room table, the programs that are filled to capacity, the number one overfilled program is electricians.
Really?
Yes, and maybe, Lauren, I don't know if you know HVAC maybe up there too, and auto mechanics, an auto body, full to capacity waiting list. There's two programs that are really quite low in enrollment,
Yes.
and I asked about them. And this was the reason, and it kind of goes with my philosophy of education. The instructors are new. They don't have a reputation. The students don't know them. They're not interested in going to an unknown. So the feeling is that next year, when word gets around about this instructor, that the program's enrollment will increase. And the last thing is the open house. If you've never seen this facility, please go to the open house. It's the Thursday, the 22nd. It's from 4 to 7. And I guarantee you, if you can find a parking place and get in, you will be impressed. It's really excellent.
And we have a board meeting that night.
No, I thought we
have the state of the school set.
That's the 27th.
I thought we knew that and we didn't book it.
22nd, you're right.
22nd?
Yes,
CATC on the 22nd, open house.
and you're right, it's so cool.
It is. And the students there will engage with you you just look at them and they're talking to you. So that's a good thing.
4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Sorry.
And they have that wonderful culinary program. They'll probably feed you.
They will feed you.
Do, see, got all the bells and whistles. Thank you, Linda. That was a really great report. Oh, before we go any further, I received a text that we are not live on video. We are dead to the public.
Just now.
Well, wait, I can
Like
add
5 minutes ago.
that, CATC is now adding a career exploration program.
Oh,
for
yes.
Younger students, that would be every other day, to help kind of build their
Yeah.
interests.
And it's carpentry. I had this in my notes.
on.
Carpentry, culinary arts.
Thank you.
I don't
Autotech,
remember the other two, but they had to be in all 4 of them. It was a sampling.
Building construction and business academy.
You said that's for younger students, so
Yeah.
like middle school?
No, like 9, 10, mostly
Oh.
probably some 10th graders. And we have X amount of slots for each school.
All right, moving along. Curriculum.
It's back to me. Same notes, same table. We had 2 topics. The first one was really interesting. We were asked to think about the skills, what skills are observed, tested for students coming into kindergarten and pre-K. And we sat for a while and we made a list. And it was really interesting. The only one I remember was draw a person. Remember how many details they got? And what has become very evident is that the social skills and the social interactions of students now is very different from what it used to be. And so a lot of energy is being spent on basically socializing, and this is how we do this. This is how we sit in a circle. This is grandma's lap, we put our hands here, and that's a really big difference. So we talked about that, and there's a standardized test used all across the nation to just see where the child lands, but we don't kick anyone out because they're not potty trained. If they're not potty trained, of course, we take them as they come. So that was the first thing. And the second thing was in school year 2027 to 2028, the state of Maine requires that all school districts go out to find and test any 3 and 4-year-old that may qualify for special ed. Just as it's the school district's responsibility to go out and find every student that will be coming into kindergarten. It's the school's job to find them. This, as of now, is fully funded by the state. It will take care of any materials, desks, books, crayons, whatever. It will fund the instructors, the building. It will fund everything for now. But we have to figure out how this district's going to do it. So the goal is that next year we will look for 4-year-olds. So we'll get our feet wet, we'll look for 4-year-olds, and then the year after, we will continue looking for 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds. And so I think that was all the things that I had. Angela, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, so the district hasn't finalized approval of the cohort of
Right.
4-year-olds or 3-year-olds yet. There's a process we have to go through. But while it's funded, it's in our best interest to start thinking about that process. And yeah, we did, so the dial is what we use for our assessment of pre-K and kindergarten, and it's very observable behaviors, hands-on. So it's not like we put kids in front of a piece of paper and have them fill in bubbles when they're 3 and 4, maybe 5. It is, can they identify shapes? Can they jump up and down? Can they be independent? Can they catch a ball? Can, things, and we have a little chart that we monitor, we fill in as we observe these behaviors. And it gives us a sense of what skills they know. What do they know their letters? Do they know their sounds? What skills they know and what skills they don't yet know. And that's cognitive, social, physical, all that. And it, we spend a lot of time talking about high school rigorous courses and the high school curriculum and workload and all that. So we thought it might be time to start with the early learning. So we understood this, eventually we understand this 3 and 4-year-old perspective a little differently. So we wanted to get some familiarity with what do we expect in pre-K, in kindergarten? What do we hope for? And one piece we talked about is how can we communicate with families and build relationships with them? So it feels like a partnership early as they're exploring pre-K and kindergarten and what it might mean to send your child to school. So we came up with a whole brainstorm list of ideas that will be shared back with the administrative team and staff.
And I do want to add that when we score that dial, we're really looking at a developmental sort of range. So it's not a pass fail. It's not a you're ready, you're not ready. It allows us to pinpoint in those areas, fine motor, gross motor, language. It allows us to identify where students are in each of those areas so that we can put the supports in place and know how to meet students where they are. And to the point that Angela made about trying to assess students earlier than later, one of the things that the administrative team talked about just this afternoon, and this is actually a perfect place to put it, although I had included it in my report. We are actually considering as a district moving our screening process for kindergarten students, which is not exactly the same as the 3 and 4-year-olds that curriculum talked about, and the cohort 3, which is absorbing students that are receiving services through CDS now. But we are talking about shifting our kindergarten screening to March instead of May so that we are able to get a better assessment of how many students we have coming, what they need. There are implications for staffing and support and programming. And so all of this is integrated. I would also say that planning for the 4-year-olds next year gives us a chance to grow and develop a better understanding before we then also assume the responsibility for the 3-year-olds. And not only do we assess them, find them and evaluate them, but we also then provide the service. So it's really a complex shift, and that you heard about our serious consideration about joining cohort 3, and the deadline for that is the beginning of February. So at this point, we are looking to move forward with cohort 3. I have not signed intent to do that. We still have some pieces to work through, but we're certainly moving in that direction.
And one more thing to say,
Yeah.
and this is really not for the people here, I think we get this, but for anyone that might wonder, why are we going out to find 3 and 4-year-olds? Why are we offering them this special assistance? The idea is the earlier the intervention, the less discrepant they're going to be with when they get in school. So the earlier the intervention, the greater likelihood where that child will catch up and not need intervention their whole career.
You answered my question.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
When you say you're gonna go out and find these children, do you have a way to do that? I mean, a list of children that are known to us that are 3 years old and 4 years old?
I know some possibilities. One is the Boys and Girls Club may refer some students. Daycares might do it. Parents can refer their children if they have some concerns. But I don't know if there's a list that towns have of.
Yeah.
They do? There is? Okay.
There is. May I, Sarah Bullock, would you like to come to the podium? Sure. Thank you.
We're gonna learn all kinds of things tonight. I wondered too, you're gonna shake the bushes. Where do we find the 3-year-olds?
Send out a Facebook post.
She's not a 3-year-old in town. That's right.
The woman's 87, the man's 90. No,
That's
they
right.
don't have
No
it.
3-year-olds here.
Doctors also refer students. That's a pretty common referral place. Yep, they can refer students for services. Now they're referring to CDS. In the future, they'd be referring to us. Currently, CDS maintains lists. They have the up to 2 years, 9 months-ish list. There's some special rules that come into effect at the end of the 2-year-old year. So what happens with those students and some parental permissions. And then they have a 3 to 5-year-old list. So we currently have a list. I have access to Sync, that's their system for tracking these things.
And we have access to our current list for this district of our 3 to 5 year olds.
Another question, and I mean, the state law is requiring us to do this. Okay.
And other states, it's not just Maine that's doing this. In fact, we may be a little late jumping on this wagon. So it's not just the state of Maine.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned moving the screening from May to March. That will also help through the budgeting process as well, right? Is that what you were
Yes, yeah.
for planning and?
Exactly. It might not help, but it
Right.
will inform the
Inform,
decisions that we
right,
need to make.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be informed.
We'll know.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you. That was wonderful. Dropout prevention, no meeting. Finance committee. Oh boy, finance was something.
We did have a meeting.
Oh, it says no meeting.
Surprise, but we did.
Well, I love it. It was a good surprise.
I was like, so I was on the spot, no. So we did have a meeting. I know earlier in the year I shared that we are working on putting a whole bunch of work we've done over the last couple of years in alignment and policy, and we're trying to put it into one new dropout prevention plan so that we can then present that to the policy committee to create a formal policy in conjunction with the policy that says we have to have a plan. So it's much more forefront in, for the public. So we worked through for our first draft of that, which was very overwhelming in some of its own ways, right? Because you're trying to weed through, and is it word rage? We like this here and in those spots. Made some edits, know that there's some tweaks we need to do. So we're working on some of those layers to look at our meeting in 2 weeks so that we can try to see if we can pull the rest of it together, or if we'll need another little bit more time to do that before we bring it forward. So it was great, lots of good conversation, but sometimes it feels like you're taking a bite of a really big apple, but I feel like we're actually really kind of starting to streamline it, and it's starting to look, I think, the way we want. So there you go.
Will you send me the date of the meeting? I'm sorry to have missed
We
that.
meet on the 3rd Tuesday of the month.
So that was the 3rd Tuesday of December. You met on the 3rd.
Yes. I will get you the exact date and text it to you. How's that?
Okay. Next is finance committee. We had a robust finance committee. I'll do my best, Andrea, and if you see that I'm not doing well, just wave a finger. Thank you. Let's see, at the last finance committee meeting, we began by talking about our budget timeline. Andrea brought to us some copies of the fiscal year 27 budget timeline, which is how we always begin the budget process. And noting that while the timeline is flexible, it closely mirrors the schedule that we'll be following and have followed through the years. We had a lengthy conversation about the Interact Club, and representatives from the Interact Club as well as from the Rotary came to our meeting. We've had some discussion in previous meetings about the controls, the financial controls within the high school, and how our auditor is required to do what our auditor is required to do. And one of the things that I noticed the longer I do this work is that we are held to higher standards. Educators and public school is held to, be it policy, be it money, we are just held to a much higher standard than any other piece of government that I've seen in all my years. So we were having some difficulty understanding the control systems and why we couldn't just do some things. Couldn't just give students money to go shop for Project Christmas. And there's no malintent by anyone. It's just that there has to be a check in place, and there has to be a structure that we must follow. And that was difficult. It was difficult to help students understand. So we had some students come and they participated. I believe they went away very happy, understanding just that we're not doing it to be mean. We just got to do what we got to do. Or we'll be fined and we'll get bad marks on our audit, and we don't want that. That's a bad thing for us. So Andrea, our business manager, for those of you who don't know, Andrea reviewed the necessary controls that we needed to have in accordance with GAP and GASB. Those are two acronyms that they're public school accounting standards that we cannot deviate from without trouble. And so we just needed that to be understood. So what ended up happening is that the Rotary has offered to help the Interact Club to manage those monies because they don't have to abide by the same accounting principles that we have to. And they were happy to do that, and anything that we can do to help with that oversight, we are going to help do, because we want all of the good things that the Interact Club does to continue, because the projects that they do are many, lengthy, and so helpful for our community. So we want to be partners with Rotary. So they will hold the money, and we will help them to maintain it properly. No.
So they will be assuming control of the Interact funds as well as the Tiger Food Pantry funds.
Perfect.
And
Yes.
there's also a meeting scheduled next week with the remainder of the activities and their advisors to further explain the internal controls and what we're responsible for. So that is scheduled for next Tuesday.
Excellent. Thank you for that addition. And for squaring me away with who's holding the pennies. Let's see, and then we talked about stipend consideration for special ed, speech, language, and the administration is requesting approval to issue stipends for the current year only, with future stipends to be addressed through the budget process. That was finance. Any questions? Andrea, thank you for coming. All righty.
Before we do that,
yes.
could we have special guests and they've been waiting a long time, and I forgot to say, we're going to move our administrator reports, which are really our student reports, to the beginning. So you have been very patient, special guests. I would like to propose that we allow our.
Well, I was wondering about that.
Okay,
so
thank you.
absolutely. You must be bored to
They
death.
finished their word searches.
I know. I was watching. I'm bad at multitasking, but I was watching you do that.
It's okay.
It's great.
Okay,
Yes,
Awesome.
please.
welcome. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for coming and for being so gracious with our time.
So, I'm here to talk about our lunchroom ambassador program that I started in December. I'm Allison Nichols, and I've been a Title I educator at PRCS since 2002. Both of your student board members were students of mine at the time. And I brought along two current students who were ambassadors in December, and they did a fabulous job. So I'm going to give you a little idea of what a lunchroom ambassador is, because you're probably wondering, what is that? And then they're going to tell you about their experiences. So earlier this year, I was invited to join our district wellness committee. I was listening to all the other great and innovative ways that our staff has supported the mental and physical wellness of our staff and students. I was looking for a way to make PRCS better. And although I wasn't currently on lunchroom duty, I knew it was an issue for a lot of my fellow staff members. We have approximately 100 kids that eat lunch together at one time in the cafeteria, and 2 adults that try to manage all of that behavior and milk opening and whatnot. And it's hard to be in 100 places at once. So I was like, we have older kids that are responsible and they like helping, so let's give them a job. So I made little lanyards for them, and they wear, it says lunchroom ambassador. They were asked if they wanted to do it. It's not a mandate. And they get put at a table with mostly younger kids. So our first lunch is K1 and 4, and the 4th graders sit at a K table or 1 table, and they are allowed to get up and get them a straw if they need one, get up and get them a milk if they need one, help them open their milks, engage them in positive conversation, and they're even allowed to discipline in a way. So once misusing the 4 Bs, they can say, hey, you really aren't being polite. Could you try, and they know that they need to treat this younger students with respect, and my younger students know they need to treat them with respect. And then at the end of lunch, they help zip up coats and put on mittens because, as you know, putting on 200 mittens is a lot.
200.
So before implementing the program, I brought the inaugural group into my room and I made them brainstorm what they wanted their cafeteria to look like, sound like, and feel like. And I just recorded it. I didn't have anything to say except for I might have changed some words. I didn't allow them to have any no's. It was just like, what you don't want, let's say what you do want. And I wrote it all up and I brought it to the cafeteria and I read it to the whole room and I said, these are expectations that your peers made. This is what they would like their cafeteria to look like, sound like, and feel like. And then for the month of December, they all had an assigned table and they sat there and they helped the little kids. And then I put a sign-up sheet by my door for the next month for January, and I had 40-something kids ask to be lunch ambassador. I may have bought them a fidget at the end or a cupcake, whatever they wanted. And I couldn't pick them all, so they know that if they didn't get picked in January, that we are looking at who is setting a good example and they might be chosen in March. And so these two girls were December. They were part of my inaugural group. And I have received multiple compliments from other staff members and from students just saying, I think the cafeteria is better. I think it's calmer. I think it's, people are happy and they like wearing their little lanyards and they like the permission to get up without permission because you can't have 100 kids getting up, but 9 getting up to get a spoon is different. So this is Evie Downs. I always want to call her the wrong name and I know her name. And she's going to tell you how she feels about Lunchroom Ambassador. And this is Julia Moore and I'm going to let them speak.
I had a lot of fun being the lunchroom ambassador.
What did you do when you were a lunchroom ambassador? What were your jobs?
I helped get straws or forks or spoons if someone forgot their utensils.
Did you help anyone zip up their coats and put on their stuff for outside?
Yeah.
Yep. What was something that you were hoping the cafeteria would look like, sound like, or feel like? What was something that you came up with?
I think it was like it would get a lot more quieter.
You wanted the lunchroom to get a lot more quieter.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything else you want to share? No. Abby?
I liked how it felt because it felt like I was like grown up and I got to help them get the condiments or a straw or a fork and spoon.
Made you stand tall.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like I think in the second line, which is 5th grade, 2nd and 3rd, I have a few repeat lunch ambassadors, but in their grade, I had to have all new because I had so many 4th graders that wanted to do it. I wanted to give everyone the opportunity. So how's it going? Do you have a new lunch ambassador at your table this month? Is it going well? Okay. Because I don't have lunch duty. I go down at the beginning of the month, make sure they're ready to go. I go down at the end of the month and give them their reward or award. And I just remind them. And in January, I again read those expectations because I feel like the more we can reiterate the expectations, the more they might follow through. Did you have a question, Kara?
I just want to say that was a great idea. And I remember how rowdy the Pittston cafeteria.
100 bodies in one room is a lot. So it's just something to try to just make it a little bit more friendly and fun.
Evie and Julia, are you willing to take some questions? I do have a question, and some of the other people in the room might have questions for you. I would like to know for each of you, which part about being a lunch ambassador did you like best, and what was the trickiest for you?
When it's like calm and quiet, and the challenge is like sometimes when they're fighting and they say like and they won't listen, you would have to go get the teacher.
You really do sound like a grown-up.
Thank you.
What about you, Miss?
It was easy how we didn't have to raise our hand to ask a teacher to open our milk or get utensils. And then it was hard because some people, the little kids would fight over sit next to you.
That is true. They would ask me sometimes, where's so-and-so? So now we have substitutes. If your lunch ambassador is out, so anyone that's filled in a previous month can be a substitute. If they don't like it now when they don't have an ambassador, they'll raise their hand, I don't have an ambassador.
Thank you.
That's
awesome. Other board members, questions?
I just was wondering, what did you think of like the brainstorming as you were visioning kind of what you wanted it to look like, feel like? How did that go for you before you even got out there?
Do you remember when we ate lunch in my room and we all put our idea? What did you think of that? How did you think of your favorite thing? It was interesting, wasn't it? Because some people that maybe don't always follow the rules, yet wanted the rules to be followed. I love the words they came up with, and it was funny because they used the word calm in looks like, feels like, and sounds like. That word was in every one of them.
Interesting. Nice.
I really liked having them brainstorm how they wanted it to feel, because I wanted it to come from them. I feel like your peers have a lot more pull with your behavior than adults do. Another question from Ella.
I think you guys did so well, and I'm so excited. It sounds amazing. Did you guys have fun with it though? That's the best part, is having fun.
Yeah. You even substituted for the first day of January, didn't you? Yep, she was one of my first substitutes.
Extra time with the littles. Great.
Did you make new friends with people?
Yeah.
Do you have time to eat your own lunch, even though you're working as a lunch ambassador? Oh, okay.
And you open your own meal?
Right?
Yeah.
And eat your lunch. Anyone else?
I think we should start that program at every school.
Yeah. Are you willing to take your pilot around to all the other?
I don't know. Is there another person that wants to put in the extra hours? I took my lunch on my planning time so that I could spend the whole lunch period, both of them in the cafeteria, 2 days in December and so far 2 days in January, because beginning of the month takes a little bit of extra time. But if there's other people in other schools that want to put in extra, it would be great. It's fun. The best part was when I got to have lunch with them and have them in my room, and they were like, it's so quiet eating lunch. So I really liked that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, Janelle.
So
thank you all. We'll look into that. Yes, thank you so much. What a great idea.
In the absence, we have the high school is also on the list to report out tonight, and we have, well, I'll let Mrs. Arnold
Yes, awesome.
cover what's going on here.
So you're gonna hear 2 videos tonight. We hear from our students virtually. We had some schedule conflicts, illnesses, all the fun things that prevented them from being right here with us. But they prepped me, I'm ready to go. So we have a really cool new class happening at the high school this year in computer science. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about what's going on there, and then you'll see a video from our students who are in that class, and you'll see the work that they've been doing, and you'll hear from their teacher as well. So the Smart Greenhouse Project is a new National Science Foundation funded research initiative led by the Maine Math and Science Association, which is MMSA. It's in partnership with Boston College, and the curriculum integrates plant science and computer science, allowing students to explore real-world horticultural challenges through data collection, coding, and scientific investigation. In its first cohort, educators in Maine, Massachusetts, and Alabama are implementing and adapting the curriculum to meet the needs of their students and their interests. So the smart greenhouses are a tabletop system equipped with affordable technology, microbit processors, which serve as the control center, using block-based coding to collect data from sensors, measuring temperature, humidity, and light, and additional components such as like heater, humidifier, fan, and light. And that allows students to actively regulate their greenhouse environment through hands-on experimentation and the students build skills in computational thinking, coding, and life science. So MMSA launched this project in 2025 at their Summer of Fun at Husson University with a 5-day Smart Greenhouse Institute. So they chose only 11 educators from Maine, and Miss Arline, one of our teachers, our computer science teacher, was chosen. So those educators were from science, math, and computer science, and they experienced the curriculum firsthand. All the materials were provided through a grant, and MMSA continues to support our educators throughout the school year with professional development, coaching, and monthly virtual collaboration. And our teacher plays an active role in adapting the curriculum to best serve our students. So Ms. Arline shared that she describes this project as one of the favorites of my career. She shared that students were engaged from day one, often extending lessons well beyond the planned time because they were so eager to explore further. The hands-on nature of the work fostered collaboration, curiosity, and shared learning between teacher and students. She often felt like she was learning with them. And she had to remind the students very frequently, like it's the end of the period or the end of the day, it's time to pack up because they wanted to stay and keep working. So her students began the project on the first day of school and early on became leaders and ambassadors for this initiative in Maine and beyond. So their experiences are actually helping to inform and support other educators in multiple states that are implementing the Smart Greenhouse curriculum. So it's been really impressive to see them become like the leaders in this. And looking ahead, Ms. Arline is very excited to continue the project, build on new ideas with the MMSA organization, and she's going to participate in the 2026 Summer Institute at Colby. And she hopes to expand this experience to even more students and would warmly invite all of you to visit and come play alongside that class next year. So we'd now like to show a short video kind of highlighting this work. Terry's helping me out. This is the wrong one, Terry.
I've been teaching 29 years and I've been teaching computer science on and off for 10 years.
Yep.
And this project has probably opened up the learning for them to be free to learn and to enjoy and to explore more than anything I've ever done in those years. We have 3 greenhouses we're working with. So they decided as a class, one of them was going to put it down at the end of a building in a room where the sun comes up. Another would put it on the other side of the building where the sun goes down. And then one was in the classroom, which is in the middle. And they collected data. And today we went and got all of the greenhouses, brought them in, and they individually as groups had to see what their data showed, analyze it, and they had to report out on what they thought all that analysis meant.
All of the
Right in the middle.
seconds to hours and stuff. This is like at 7 where it went down.
These students want to explore so much. I have to let myself say it's time to explore and not rush through it. I'm not the teacher. I'm in here with them, guiding them on giving them some ideas on what to do. They're teaching me as much as I'm teaching them. It's a great class. They're helping each other. They're encouraging each other to go further. It's just real important as teachers to try something new, even if you're not comfortable with it. The other math teachers, they're coming in and they're checking. They love it. The kids are talking about it. I'm just so happy I didn't put any parameters on this and went with how good it can be.
They are
I've been teaching 29 years.
very impressive with these greenhouses right now. And to watch it from start to finish has been very exciting.
Which one grew better? Like
Actually,
sunrise?
the sunrise.
Sunrise,
is what I
yeah.
heard.
Huh.
So our next one of our goals this year as a high school is like, how do we build a sense of community? How do we make our students feel connected to school? And how do we highlight some of the positive things we're experiencing? So for our next one, obviously as a principal, I'm incredibly proud of our students, not just for their hard work, but for the way they support one another and find moments of joy along the way. So in this next short video, you'll see our high school students sharing something positive that's happened to them recently. And their reflections are a great reminder of the growth, connection, and good things happening in our school every day. And I hope this brings a smile to your face like it did mine. This was really cute. We placed the microphone in the hallway with a sign and tell me something good that happened.
Sunrise before I got on the bus. Great thing that happened.
I dyed my hair.
Something good that happened to me recently was I got to go to my sister's dance recital.
I got a haircut. And yeah. I got accepted to SMCC and now I'm starting enrollment.
The southern accent was the same.
I got a computer.
Oh. I just had a Christmas party in the library last period.
Fun.
I got fourth at the Tiger Tournament.
I won my wrestling match. I did the same thing. I applied to university. I got accepted to CMCC.
Something great happened last night with the Interact Club meeting. In 45 minutes, my group of students were able to organize the food pantry, help to check in and organize Operation Christmas Presents, make all the signs for our craft fair this weekend, clean out our closet and find all the goods that we needed for the craft fair. And they just did it with willing hearts and happy like spirits. So it was the best 45 minutes that I've had this week.
So I got my sled started up that I was working on for like 4 or 5 hours. Got it running really good. It was running with too much oil in the cylinders, but I got it tuned right.
I had a good talk with a guidance counselor recently, and I got a lot of mental health issues mostly fixed.
I went to a Patriot game last weekend. We sold almost $2,000 worth of popcorn for our track team.
The food yesterday I had was really good. I met up with my grandma who I haven't seen in a long time. And it made me really happy. I got food.
I got my license this week.
I finished my calculus test.
Something good is that I got a new cat recently named Bogo. Yes, buy one, get one free. He's my little baby who has a very strict bedtime of 8 p.m.
I woke up today. I had an easy health class today.
It's something good that happened today. Miss Bischoff let us watch Transformers.
I just got probably 96 on my quiz.
I went to one of my friend's concerts type and it was fire.
I went to Florida for a wedding. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Awesome. It was fire.
Thank you, Mrs. Arnold.
Yes, thank you. That was great.
And where's the camera for that? It's at the guidance office?
Yeah, we put it right outside of the
Just-
guidance office.
And just left it up, kind of running?
They're
Yeah.
rolling for like 2 days.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, then we had a student actually edited that video himself. They're part of the video production crew. So it's all student directed or edited.
So cool. Love that.
I think we should do that every month, like whether or not it's at the high school or not, but like maybe like change schools, but I feel like that's a really nice addition to the board meetings.
I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah, I like that idea.
We have a team of students that will travel.
We can help.
And a video.
Or maybe we can send our students to.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can figure that out. Nice small grade or like, I don't know, big project grade for video production.
That would really be great. Celebrating all the good things. Okay, let's see. Policy committee, no meeting, but you had a meeting today.
So we did have a meeting today and I'll report on that next month.
Okay, but we do have some.
And then we do have a policy that is advanced for second reading, so I would like to make a motion to approve that for implementation. So it's the drug and alcohol misuse by students, and it describes the administrative procedure. It's in the electronic packet, the email packet. So, yes, I'd like to make that motion.
Second? Questions or comments? I think this is a good one to get in place. All those in favor? Thank you. Wellness Committee. No meeting. School-based health, no meeting. Student reps for.
We did receive an update today that there has been a contractor
Oh, good.
hired, and the next meeting is January 26th.
Let's see. Oh, that's good news. Student reps.
Okay, so in December, we had a winter craft fair and it was a huge success for all students and the 35 vendors. We received a lot of positive feedback. Thank you to everyone who helped organize the event, worked during the fair, and came out to shop and support our students and local vendors. Look for our 2026 spring craft fair date. And the GRMS Interact Club relaunch officially started in December. Even though it's a small group, they've already made an impact by creating holiday cards for members of our community. Next, they'll be writing proposals for hygiene stations and addressing food needs based on what they're noticing and discussing how they can make their school community even better. In December, there's also a Spirit Week encouraged by the Student Council the week before break, along with the Staff Spirit Week, 12 days of staff surprises. And midterms are coming up in the week of the 20th to the 23rd, marking the end of semester 1 and the start of semester 2 for high school. For senior activities, college apps are mostly due this month, like towards beginning, middle, and seniors, it's time to start signing up for scholarships and get the local scholarships from Guidance.
A message from the GAHS Interact Club. This year, GAHS Interact Club sponsored 25 families for Operation Christmas, and they want to thank all of the community angels who helped organize, shop, wrap gifts, and support this effort. Because of everyone's generosity, many families in our community had a brighter holiday season. The Student Library Committee, they had books over break, which they wrap up and bundle, which we kind of did about last time, but it was successful for students and staff, and they both enjoyed it. The French Club hosted a holiday movie before break, a little fun before break. The Guitar Club performed at a Christmas pageant at Christ Church, and before homeroom in that week before, it was like the last couple days, they would play holiday tunes to the students and staff before homeroom. They'd walk around and they'd all be, and we have a cowbell, they have a cowbell. So sometimes you can hear it. And NHS caroled and did candygrams for students to purchase during their lunch periods by sending holiday joy through songs and dance throughout the last day before break. So it was up for purchase, and then you could have someone give it to someone, and then you could sing a carol. It's like a group, and they'd go, and very, very fun.
That sounds good.
Oh, that's the worst. That's a wrap on us.
And Kiara, it's nice to have you back.
Oh, thank you.
You were gone for a hot minute.
I know.
Glad you're better. Let's see, the administrators are done, correct?
Yes.
You're all off the hook. General information? As written?
As written, thank you. I want to make sure to mention, because you should have in your revised copy, the Haley Casey EdTech One Special Ed Resource at Helen Thompson School, which is item E, which was a new addition. So this was not posted to the public. Just wanted to read that piece, but as written, otherwise, gosh, another thing that I should have mentioned, we actually have the Jazz All-State Festival is item A in general information, and it's an overnight trip.
Oh.
Lodging is taken care of by Allstate, but because it's an overnight trip, it requires board approval. And so I will need a vote to know whether or not you approve that trip. It is an audition format. Students will go with our band director, David Walker, and students will go on the 15th, stay overnight through the 17th when they will return a home with their parent or guardian.
Wow, are they staying on campus in the dorms or?
Actually not sure where they're staying.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Or do we have a motion?
I would move, we approve the field trip.
Second from Megan. Questions from anyone?
It's an excused trip, I assume, because it is during school. It's Thursday and a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's counted as a school activity and they go around to their teachers before and make sure they're all in good standing, and ready to go.
Excellent.
And they've done the field trip before, this field trip? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
All those in favor?
Okay.
Nominations, none, new business, none. This Saturday at 9 a.m., we will be gathering at the high school unless there's a blizzard, to do our tour of the schools. There will be no blizzard. MSBA will be holding, Maine School Boards Association will be holding virtual school board support and development meetings, and that's open to all school board members on the 12th, on the 21st, and on the 29th. And MSBA plans to send out a formal agenda with the Zoom link. Should be coming, you may have it, because it should be coming this week if we don't have it. And that's all I've got. Superintendent report.
Okay, we have, of course, we've already talked about this because it does not conflict with CATC open house, so we can go to everything. We have our State of the Schools presentation that administrators are preparing. That will be a special board workshop, January 27th at 5 p.m. right here in our boardroom. We have the Maine School Superintendents Association Winter Convocation. We don't have it. I have it. That is happening next week, next Thursday and Friday. It starts Thursday afternoon and runs all day Friday. And so just as awareness, I will be attending that and shared that with the administrative team earlier today. I'll attend different learning sessions, scheduled meetings with different superintendent groups, and I look forward to it. I know that former superintendent Pat Hopkins really enjoyed this particular event and the offerings that were part of it. So I'm looking forward to that. The school calendar for next school year has been developed. It's in draft form. It's my understanding and experience that we would typically see you would typically see the school calendar by now. It's not finalized. It's not to the point of draft form that I'm ready to share it. And I need to work collaboratively with the other superintendents who send students to CATC. It is also my understanding that Pat Hopkins was the person who typically took the lead in creating that, gathering all of the draft schedules and making sure that we have all but 5 dissimilar days. And so just know that that is in the process of being developed. I'll be bringing you a draft as soon as possible. We really need to collaborate I really need to collaborate with the other superintendents, though everyone is working on their own calendars and we need to come together to make sure we're aligned. I am hoping that you would be agreeable to adjusting the time of our February school board meeting because the high school is performing Bye Bye Birdie on February, I think it's, what is it? I just checked, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So there's a conflict with our regularly scheduled board meeting. And I am hoping that you would be agreeable to that. We would adjust the start time of our board meeting, and yes, we would not have a policy committee meeting.
And then we could all go to the play together,
Yes.
which is always the goal.
We can help reserve tickets if you like.
So we'd be looking at starting at, what are we thinking, 5:30?
Look at what we've done in the past.
Last month, the
And
meeting was at 5.
At 5.
Yes.
And if,
Five.
yeah, 5 is better because then we have time and we can streamline the agenda
Yeah.
as much as possible.
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
Does it make sense for folks to reach out to Martha for a ticket? Or should I just
How
get-
should we do that? Should we do it through?
Well, Alyssa used to do it. Yeah.
I know Alyssa, Alyssa did it.
So I'm happy to help facilitate it around.
You can email the drama club boosters, MSAD11 email, and that's Alyssa actually still manages tickets through that.
That's true, so we
you
can
type in,
still.
like
There's a
drama
virtual
club
link.
boosters, it's an MSAD11 account.
Okay. We'll do that. We'll do the drum call boosters.
Okay. So each of us should reach out individually?
Is there anyone who knows right now that you want a ticket? Or a number of tickets? I can record that, and if you're unsure and need to check your calendars, you can reach out to Martha, and that way Martha can streamline it and get us tickets all together. It might be less,
Yes.
that might be a way to streamline the process.
So watch for an email from us to.
Perfect. I'll have
Okay.
Martha send an email about tickets, even better.
Thank you.
Okay. I wanted to let you know that we have started a lending library of sorts. There have been a couple of requests for specific information. And so for board members, we have purchased a couple of copies of Robert's Rules that are upstairs with Martha. And so if you would like to borrow a copy of this for a 2-week period, you're more than welcome to do that. Like I said, you can reach out to Martha or you can just swing in. We also have a couple of copies of Maine School Law and Practice for board members that we have available as part of a lending library. Another bit of advocacy that has been brought to my attention is access to policies. And we're really trying to remain committed to offering our policies digitally. We are able to maintain them seamlessly without an abundance of paper that needs to be updated consistently. And so as a general reminder, all of our policies are available online. If you are unable to access them online, we do have a computer upstairs available to you, and you're welcome to schedule a time to come in and access them using a computer right here. Okay, so a little school board lending library in the making. As a reminder, everybody needs, your W-2s are in your packets or in your folders. And that's it. That's it.
Madam Chair, I regret I will not be able to be with you Saturday for the tour of the school system. It's the only day this month I can't possibly go.
I'm so sorry.
The chicken pie supper at the Knights of Columbus has to happen, so. Sorry.
That's okay. Chicken pie supper has got to happen.
4 to 6. You won't get a better meal for $13.
No, and I do love chicken pie.
Sounds really good.
Okay, well, we'll miss you.
I would like to go. I really regret not being able to go.
Thank you for letting us know. Appreciate that. I think we're done.
We have 2 executive sessions.
Yeah, I know, but I think they're done. Oh, you're not done. You just get to go home now. You're not done.
Do you need a motion for executive session?
Thank you all for being here tonight and for your support.
Thank you. Do you need a motion for executive session? Yes. I move to enter executive session to update the status of contract negotiation.
Second. All those in favor? Couple of seconds. Excellent.
Megan, it is.
We're gonna have a return.
Yeah, are we coming back to, we're gonna be?
No. Nope.
Okay.
But we have to enter a second executive session. Don't we?
Good night, Kiara.
Yes.
You probably sure. There won't be a vote.
No.
I thought they're not voting on.
Yes, we are.
one.
All right, we need a motion, please, to go into executive session to discuss confidential records. One MRSA 405 subsection 6F.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Excellent.
Lisa, please.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make me. 5279.
No,
That's a
it's
great
not.
vest.
Okay.
Very handsome.
We're done, Terry. Thank you very much. No, it is.
Will that be?
Oh,
for you,
the
right?
agenda's coming.